Welcome back. Well, she has appeared in several movies and has numerous hit songs, but Jennifer Lopez may be known for her perfect booty. Oh yes. Today, certified fitness and nutrition coach David Modderman is going to show us how to get J-Lo's backside. Now, it's not necessarily that we want it, you know, all out there like that, but we want what we have. We want it just toned and tight.
Right.
Right.
If you want it, some people want a bigger butt or more firm butt or tighter butt.
Right.
But either way, these 4 exercises that we do today will help you get there.
So we're going to get there.
Yes.
And it also has to come, like, because you always preface it, it's got to come with diet, right?
Right. Nutrition is just as important. Exactly.
Well balanced.
Cardio exercise as well, and balance it out with the whole routine. Just equally important. So one without the other is not going to probably work as well.
Darn
so.
it. Neither is that homemade lipo that I've been working on.
Homemade
All right.
lipo.
So let's go ahead. Let's start with the first one.
The first one actually is a Bulgarian squat, which is a little different kind of name.
Sounds like I'm going to hurt myself. That's why I'm going to let you do it.
2 chairs here. I also have a little bit longer legs.
Okay.
But we have 2 chairs, and what I'm going to do is focus on pushing through my heel on the ground. I'm going to put my hands on this chair, my back toe on this chair. I'm going to step forward, and what I'm going to do is keep my knees behind my toes, lower myself down, that knee to the ground. I'm pushing through my behind, which is I'm pushing through my heel.
Okay.
So I'm actually targeting my glutes and behind by doing this.
So having the leg up like that is what really targets it.
But if I push through my toe, I'm going to feel it more in my front of the leg. So I want to focus on pushing through my heel, my backside, my hamstring, and my behind will take over. Yep. So a Bulgarian squat.
Is up like that.
Right.
Oh, I like that.
Shorter legs will probably even work easier for most people. I don't, with my long legs,
no,
it's
you
a little
don't.
tougher.
Now, how many reps of that one would you do?
I would probably go, it's going to be a little more difficult than some of the exercises we're going to do next. I would say maybe more like 8 to 10 to start because using a lot of body weight. So doing high reps will be a little more difficult.
Okay, sounds good. What do we have next?
The next one we're going to have you do actually is a deadlift with dumbbells. Again, the same thing, very similar to a squat, but the difference is I'm going to be pushing through my heels. So I'm going to lower these dumbbells between my legs, and as I come up, I'm going to push through my heels, and as I come back down, I'm going to push through my heels. I'm looking straight ahead. I'm focused on using my behind and my hamstrings.
So you want to make sure that you're pulling up with your backside. Like that's what you got to be feeling.
And if my knees are going in front of my toes, then I start to put stress on my knees. So I'm always sitting away from my knees and pushing through my butt and my hamstrings.
Okay.
By pushing through my heels.
Okay. And then reps on that one?
12 to 15
12
probably.
To 15,
so
that's a little bit easier. And then can you do like what weight are you using? Like 10?
Those are just 10s, but most people can go heavier. You don't want to go too heavy because then it puts more stress on your back, pulling you forward.
Yeah.
So I would start light and just focus on a lot of body weight and a little bit of extra weight if you need it.
Okay. All right. Moving on in our quest to J-Lo's booty.
The next one actually is going to be, when I was here before, we did what we call a 2-legged bridge on the chair. That's a little bit more hamstrings and glutes. To make it a little more challenging, what we're going to do is do a 1-legged bridge. So instead of doing 2 legs, we're going to have 1 leg up in the air, 1 heel on the chair. I'm going to lift up and push through my hamstring and my behind, lifting my body just a little bit off the ground.
Just the one up. Okay.
Right. And if you can, keep this leg from moving.
So you want your butt and your hamstrings to really be doing all the work there.
To make it more difficult, you can actually take your hands off the ground.
It's a lot
and push
of coordination. You're way coordinated than I would be.
So that one again would be a little more difficult. So I'd say probably 8 to 10.
8 to 10 of that one.
2 sets, 8 to 10 would be a good starting point, especially if you do them all together.
Okay, we've got time for one more. What's one more really good one?
The good old lunge.
Ah, yes.
Very similar to what we did with the Bulgarian squat, but we're stepping forward. It can be a stationary lunge. We're pushing through a little bit of our toe, but also focus on using our butt to bring us back up.
Okay, so you should be feeling your glutes like pulling you back up, right?
Right.
That's how you feel it, you're doing it right?
Right, so if you're not feeling it here, you can easily do everything and feel all in the front of the leg if you're not concentrating on that muscle and have that muscle-mind connection where you're focused on the glutes and the hamstrings when you come up and down.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah.
Now, when I always ask you this too, how often should you be doing these? Is this another one kind of like the arms and legs that you do every other day?
I would say every other day would be okay. As we start to get more reps, more volume, more sets, then we probably focus on more like twice a week maximum.
Now, if you combine something like cardio, like if you do treadmill or walk or run or whatever, when do you do these kinds of exercises? Because these are a little bit harder once your legs are tired.
Good question.
Before
I would
or after?
always do my resistance training first.
First, and then going to cardio next. Okay.
You're going to have more energy for it, and you're going to be able to focus more attention to it, and then focus on the cardio afterwards.
Okay.
Yep.
Excellent. Very good. All right, well, you can find contact information for David online at the Take 5 homepage. When we come back, we're talking about relationships and why